Ladies and gentlemen, would you please remain upstanding as a mark of respect for our American team for the playing of their national anthem. Thank you very much, everyone, and welcome along to the Winfield Newcastle Motordrome for the presentation of the second Super Sedan Test match between Australia and the United States. Tonight, it's great to have Tetra Engineering with us. Tetra Engineering have been associated with our Speedway for as long as these test matches are going. And it's great to have them with us tonight, and it's great to have you here too, because we've got a super crowd lined up for what promises to be a super test match. If you were here on Sunday night, did you enjoy that test match on Sunday? All right, well, we're set to have another super test match tonight, and these are the guys, no doubt, most of you are going to be cheering for. Is our Australian team. The first of the drivers I'd like to introduce you, starting right down the far end, in car number 18, Don Mckeown. Come on up, Don, we'll have a chat about Don's performance on Sunday night. It was a bit of a mixed bag for Don. A little bit of car problem early on, but is that all sorted out?
It's all sorted out now, Ross. It's relatively a new car, and after a few laps in that, I'm getting settled into it now.
Good luck tonight.
Yes, thanks, Ross. We'll beat them.
Okay, Don Mckeown very confident that he can beat them tonight. What about this guy? Did he turn it on Sunday or did he not? Bob Brewer! Please, don't hit me. Wow, what a night Sunday night.
Well, mate, I play any game as long as I know the rules to start with. I'll just join in.
Australians are known to play it tough, and you did.
Well, I couldn't have those Yanks running over me and getting away with it.
Tonight, Bob, anything can happen. We're sitting on the edge of our seats waiting for the fireworks.
Well, I would like to see a nice, hard, clean racing. That's what I've come here to do, but if they've got any other ideas, well, I certainly will accommodate them.
Ladies and gentlemen, Bob Brewer. Driving the car number 3 tonight is Ron Pine. Ron, you were the centre of a couple of those incidents on Sunday night, but I guess we're going to get right down. That's one test over. This is a different ball game tonight.
Yes, it is, mate. I think we let loose with a few things the other night on both sides that probably wasn't called for the sport of racing. The one thing I said the other night was it would be a good track tonight to see some good racing, and nothing I like better than a big crowd to do it in front of.
Okay, that's Ron Pine. And the number 9 car, it debuted on Sunday night, and didn't it go quick? John Pine. Well, John, a successful captain. 2 heats were not run. I suppose you would like to see a game go the full distance. Tonight, it'll go the full distance.
Well, just for the crowd, Ross, we want to go racing. I went racing last week and we done well and the car performed, so I just hope the performance tonight is the same and we do go the full distance to give the crowd what they paid for, some really hard, fast and terrific racing.
Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Ross.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, these are the guys they're mixing it up with. They had a terrible night on Sunday night, mainly because the scoreboard read strongly in favour of the Australians. But they did have a lot of mechanical problems, and hopefully they've been thrown away. Let's see what happens when we have a chat to the American captain, John Soares. Welcome, John, back to the Motordrome tonight. John, as I've just said, a disappointing start, 2 counts. 1, the scoreboard was a disappointing count, and the mechanical problems you suffered even before the race meet got started was also very disappointing.
Well, you have those days, and that was Sunday.
Okay, now what have you guys been doing as a team in the last couple of days without giving too many secrets away?
Well, we just went to work like everybody else and worked 14, 15 hours a day since we left here and got the cars back in shape and hope to be very competitive.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this guy had a bit of an unhappy night too. He couldn't quite find a car that was going to keep going for him all the time. But I tell you what, when he finds one that goes, so does he. Charlie Schwartz, he'll drive the number 2 car tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome back to Charlie. Oh, gee, what can we say about Sunday? It was a heck of a night.
It was a little bit wild, you know, but it wasn't as wild as, you know, it can get. But,
Meaning?
Just wasn't as wild as it can get, you know.
All right.
I've seen it wilder than that here before.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, we remember one particular gentleman who had a very wild night here some years ago.
But, you know, we're not trying to make it wild. I just mean it could, you know, it can get wilder. I've seen it worse than that before. And you know, just, we're here to race, and if that's what they want to do, that's what we'll do. If they don't want to, we won't do that either. We'll just crash them some more. It don't matter to me.
Good luck tonight.
Okay, thank you.
There's Charlie Schwartz. He's prepared to go for anything like Bob Brewer. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Motordrome. Only his second time here in Australia. To the Southern States man, Clint Smith. Well, unfortunately, Clint, we didn't get a chance to see a lot of you on Sunday night because the car that you particularly wanted to be in wasn't going right. You stepped into other machinery. It was a real hodgepodge night for you.
Yeah, we set one car for me to drive, and it broke practicing spur gears and stuff. They worked hard and got it back together. Got in this other car, and it wasn't set up for me anything. It took us about all night. We didn't want it because so many cars broke. But I think tonight we got all our cars together, and it's going to be a different show.
Good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, this man is, I think, one of the fastest guys we've seen in the sedan division for some time. He broke the 4-lap record last week. He's back to do it again tonight. Scott Blomqvist in the number 4 car. 4-lap record last Sunday night. Did that really have any meaning for you?
No, we just, we're more interested in winning this event tonight. You know, I think we'll be pretty good tonight. Like everybody said, put a lot of time in, and we went out and worked on the cars and went over them pretty good. And I think we're going to be pretty good tonight.
Scott, you did tell us on Sunday night that you had an absolutely super season in the States last year. This track's been good for you too. You've had a great record here.
Yeah, the track was a little bit different Sunday than what we had last year with all the water and stuff. But I do like the racetrack, and it's fun to run on, and there's a few little tricky spots on it, but it's a lot of fun to race here, and I enjoy it.
Can you win tonight?
I'm sure we can.
Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Blomqvist. Now, if I can get John Soares back over. John, can you come back over for the toss? I'll give John Pine the coin. We'll make the toss. Again, we'll get the visitors to call, and the winner of the toss will decide when they come out for the Test Match Series whether they have positions 1 and 3 or positions, 1 and 4 or 2 and 3. What's the call, John?
Heads again.
There goes another head call. This time it looks a little like tails to me. Yes, it certainly is. The Australians have won the toss, ladies and gentlemen. Where are the Aussie fans? Let's hear it for Australia. This Test match tonight. Where are the American fans? Let's hear it for you Americans to win the American Test match tonight. Gentlemen, let's go racing in the second Super Sedan Test here at the Motordrome tonight. 36 tonight is Paul Cannon. It says a Corvette in your program, but it's far from a Corvette. Paul is from Newcastle. The ACT 5, that's the red number 5 of Robert Burke. He's from Canberra. Car 10 is Brian Watts from Newcastle. Car 4, young driver in this brigade. There are not many young drivers, that is, I'm talking around the 19-20 mark that they have as in such divisions like the Formula 500s and the sprint cars. But Darren's one of the young guns in the Super Sedan division, only having his second competitive race season. And 27 is Gary Myers from Gilgandra. There's the green flag, and we are racing on Tetron Engineering night. And the 24 car of Paddy Ward has shot to the lead. Car number 60 of Craig Davis, who did have pole position, now finds himself last on the racetrack. There's trouble in turn 3-4 involving 4 cars. 36 Paul Cannon, 23 Lynn Ward, Then another car, I think it's the 10 of Brian Watts, and the car up on the outside's the 20 of Darryl Kine. So a real hectic start, turn 3-4, opening lap of the race, and we've got a traffic jam. Now, we must ask those children down here on the right-hand side of our TV tower, would they please get back from that wire fence? We actually have cars that go up into that wire fence. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we're coming out of turn 3-4, and Paddy Ward pushing a little going through turn 3-4. Coming up behind him, Robert Carey. Then comes Ken Baker, Paul Cannon driving the 36 car tonight. Peter Garrett running in 4th place. Then comes Robert Burke, Darren Fitzpatrick, and then Greg Myers. But it's Paddy Ward continuing on his winning way. He had a successful night on Sunday night, and he wants to have another successful night tonight. Paddy Ward, the leader. Robert Carrick not getting any closer. In fact, they started Indian file and they're staying that way. It's Cannon in 3rd place. Well, it does actually look like Ken Baker tonight driving that car. I'll try and find just who is driving the car. But it's Paddy Ward. We know who's driving that one way out in front. Robert Carrick. Oh, there goes Cannon. Gone for the spin going into turn 1-2. There's Fitzpatrick up on the infield trying to avoid that problem. Just washed up off the drive line. So we've got a few problems in our opening Super Sedan race. Right, we've just confirmed that it is Ken Baker driving the number 36 car tonight. And we've got another restart, 6 more laps left to run. Away they go. It's a little slow to pick up the green light, but he does manage to hang on to the lead. Well, there's Fitzpatrick getting up high, and that can be a problem if you're not prepared for it. Robert Burke starting to make a move on the number 5 car from Newcastle, Peter Garrett. But Garrett hangs on to 3rd place. Robert Burke in 4th spot. Then Darren Fitzpatrick moves up to 5th because Myers got very untidy in the main straightaway. Paddy Ward leads. Robert Carrick has tried really hard in 2nd place but just can't seem to pick up any ground. 3rd place is Peter Garrett. 4th is Robert Burke. Now Carrick is certainly staying in touch with Paddy Ward, but he's not really able to move up any closer and put any pressure on him. And it looks like Paddy Ward's going to score a fairly comfortable victory here. Robert Carrick is 2nd, Peter Garrett is 3rd, Robert Burke is 4th. Coming into main straight, only 2 more laps to go for Paddy Ward. Easy race leader. No one getting near him. Carrick staying in touch, but Peter Garrett's gone. Garrett, I think, might have popped the tyre, and he's falling out of the race. But 1 more lap to go for Paddy Ward. Robert Carrick is 2nd. He's driven consistently, but of no danger. The checkered flag goes out and an easy win to Paddy Ward. 2nd place goes to Robert Carrick. 3rd place is going to be close between Robert Burke and Greg Myers. Then the 36 of Ken Baker and the 4 of Darren Fitzpatrick. So Paddy Ward takes out the first race on our card tonight. Strong win to him. He drove particularly well. Cars starting to group up for the first of the Litre car races tonight. 64 Terry Kellan has pole position. On the outside of him, Jason Roots in car 15. Yellow lights are flashing. That means there's a start about to happen. And away they go in the first of the Litre car races. The pole car number 64 of Terry Killen was a little slow away, and the 15 of Jason Roots has grabbed the lead. But look back in the pack. They're the cars to watch. The number 3 car of Jim Pine, the 4 car of Brett Haynes out very wide on the track, and the 5 car of Mel Guy. Another competitive car in there too is the number 10 car of Ray Wright. So they'd be the ones to watch. They're running about 6th or 7th on the racetrack. There's Ray Wright in the white car number 10, making a move up towards the lead. Jason Roots, however, is our race leader. From Paul Lincoln holding down second place. Oh, there's a car in trouble. Terry Kellen in the 64 car. He bounced away A-OK because the car in front of him, Tony Nicastri, got into trouble and he clipped his wheel. Down Main Straight. The number 10 car of Ray Wright. He's the one starting to make the move. He's gone up into second place, and I think he might be very hard to beat from there. Only 4 more laps to go as they come down Main Straightaway. Jason Roots is the leader, but Ray Wright is the man throwing down the challenge. He moves up high on the racetrack. He's moving toward the lead. He's going to go for a high pass, I would say, rather than a low pass, because there's a slow car ahead of them. There's the high pass from Ray Wright, but Jason Roots moved up. Ray Wright gets the split down on the inside, and Ray Wright drives to the lead. Now Jason Roots comes back at him on the inside. They're racing hard and strong down back straight away, but Ray Wright has got the lead, and with only 2 laps to go, he should be able to hold on from there. Jason Roots is second, so let's go back in the field. There's the number 4 car of Brett Haynes, followed by the number 3 car of Jim Pine, and we've got trouble here right in front of us. The 76 car of Craig Dawson has gone for a loop-the-loop, and he will need a restart. So too will the race, and Ray Wright will be a little disappointed because just being 2 laps away from victory, he is going to have to face the cars grouped up right behind him. Set to go. Away they go. Ray Wright got away okay from the front of the grid, but so too did Brett Haynes. Brett Haynes coming up on the inside of Jason Roots, and Haynes takes second spot away. Now, I don't know, a lap and a half, he might be one to watch because he could get close to Ray Wright, but there's only 1 more lap left to go. Ray Wright leads from Brett Haynes, then Jason Roots and Jim Pine, followed by Paul Lincoln and Mel Guy. But with half a lap left to go, coming into Main Straightaway, it's checkered flag time, and it goes to Ray Wright. Second place, Brett Haynes. Third place, Jason Roots. Fourth to Jim Pine. Fifth was Paul Lincoln, just in front of Mel Guy. No time recorded on that race because of our race stoppage, and the first of the Litre car races goes to Ray Wright. This is the second heat of racing for the Litre cars, supported by Complete Fuel Supply. .40 is Graham McComb, who has pole position. Might be a little bit slick and slippery on their first couple of laps. We might see a spin out or two here. Look out. Set to go. Oh, Graham McComb's almost done it in Main Straightaway as they go into turn 1, 2. Little bit slippery, but they're all taking it nice and steadily, except for number 7, Jason Begg, right round the outside. Butch Haynes in the former Australian champ car. Butch is not the champ, but the car is, and it's moved up into 4th place. Wow, down onto the inside. Butch Haynes is going to grab the lead. Oh, he cheated a bit there, chopped off about 5 metres out of that corner. I reckon he'll get a caution flag for that. In fact, here it comes now. And around the outside, he grabs the lead, says, I don't care about the caution. I'm out in front. Catch me if you can. And I don't think they will. Second place at the moment, the 21 car of Jason Elborn. Then the 7 of Jason Begg, who's doing well. He's moving up on the outside of Elborn, switches down onto the inside. Elborn tried to come back across the front of him. Couldn't do it. Yes, he does. Good drive by Elborn, who'll hang on to second spot. Begg is still running third. Then the 44 car of Richard Pettit but he's off the pace in 4th place, and Jason Roots being passed at the moment by the 57 car of Columel. In fact, Jason Roots has come to a halt and has to go up on the infield. Let's switch back to the battle for 2nd and 3rd place, where at the moment the 21 car, the black car 21 of Jason Elborn, is holding down Jason Begg. Here's Begg moving up on the outside. There's some slower cars ahead of them. What will Begg do here? Is he going to take it on? Yes, he takes on the outside pass. Into turn 1 he goes. He's up very high on the track, but he knows there's some slower cars ahead. Butch Haynes has slowed down to nothing. Has he got a problem? I think he might have. And here comes Jason Begg shedding out after him. Haynes in front, but I think he's got a problem. He's not going anywhere near quickly as he was. Begg's getting closer to him. Can he hang on in this last lap, or is he lying doggo at the moment? We don't know what's happening with Butch Haynes. Now he seems to be getting a bit of a move on. Up on the outside goes Jason Begg. Butch Haynes on the inside. Jason Begg has grabbed the lead. Yes, Haynes was in trouble and Begg got him. Begg first, 2nd place to Elborn, 3rd place to Haynes. He didn't cross the line, he left the track, so I think we'll have to leave him out of calculations. 57 I should say, Colin Bell would be 3rd, and 44 Richard Pettit would be 4th. Well, why would Butch Haynes do that? He actually left the track of his own volition. I mean, if he was forced off the track, he would still be classified as a place getter. But he left the track of his own volition and therefore didn't cross the line on the track. So I would say no 3rd place. We'll just check with the officials. 2 minutes 18.802 is the time for the race winner, Jason Begg.
Event 3 on the program, the New FM Street Stock Sedan Semi-Main, over 8 laps, and hell of a field out there for this one, and it's going to be a one mad scramble into turn 1-2. So look out for some action aplenty, because as Ross said, the top 8 will go through, and might be a little bit slick, a little bit slippery, but the drivers will adapt to that. The good drivers will adapt to those conditions, no trouble at all. Yellow light flashing now, ready for the start. Looking pretty set. Fuller on the front row, tries to get the jump and does. On the outside, Johnson too in car number 32 went with him. Now here's the mad rush into the first turn. It looks pretty good at the moment. No tangles so far. There's one car, the 22 Everly, going onto the infield. But apart from that, they've gone through it pretty well, and it's a 32 of Bruce Johnson that's taken up the running. A little bit sleek and slippery, but the red flag's going to come out now. The 22 car of Everly.
And I bet he starts.
Just on the apron of the track.
There you go, see, red light starts them every time.
Incredible. It's magical red lights here at the Motordrome. The power to start cars just like that. But they'll start the regroup, sort themselves out. But a good start all in all. Expected a lot of, or at least a couple of crashes going in the first turn, but they've done very well. And they'll sort themselves out. 32 of Bruce Johnson has done extremely well. He copped a nasty whack in the front end of the car, and they've managed to patch that up. The 8 car there also, I didn't quite catch the name on that. I'll have to pick him up as he comes around next time. Not far away now from the first lot of heats for the test match, but at the moment it's the Street Stock Sedan Semi-Main. Yellow lights flashing, ready for the start, and they're away. Bit of a slow start too up front. Oh, wedged out was Cotton as he tried to come through, and Smith in the car number 8 got the jump. He's gone around the outside, Darren Smith, to take up the running. Now the triple 1 car on the inside trying to come through, that's Forbes. And there's a mad scramble of cars. Cotton in the 87's gone up there. There's the 31 of Cerrone. He's moved into 3rd place already and giving Cotton a tap on the bumper bar just to let him know he's there and putting the pressure on him to try and move into 2nd place. Johnson in the 32 in 4th place at the moment. There's Dean Billis getting clear of the pack. He'll start to make his one towards the leaders. But up in front at the moment, it's the 8 car of Darren Smith. He's being put under a lot of pressure now by the 87 of Cotton on the outside. and that's Brett Cotton in car 87. On the inside, Jared Serrone has been a great drive by him so far. He's moving, trying to get up into that first place. Around the outside goes Cotton. On the inside, Serrone. They go around, straight round up at high line and underneath. Cotton now takes up the running in the 87 car, and here comes Dean Villis in the 88. He's quickly joining in, moving into second place. Oh, thank you very much. There goes a bit of a spin out by Darren Smith on Dean Villis, and I think the black flag's going to come out. Chief Stewart saw that one. Not allowed to do that, thank you very much. But Cotton now skips away and opens up a handy break. Second place, Jared Serrone in the 31. Now Chris Everly in the 142 has moved into third. Maria Edmonds in the car 54 is in fourth place at the moment and doing extremely well. Smith all over the track, and there's the black flag for his troubles. 79 of Brooks up there as well, and he's in fifth place. Sixth place is being held down by Phil Moore, then Dean Villis. And at the moment in the hot seat is the 97 of Darren Scott, but only one to go for the leader, and that's the 87 of Brett Cotton. Jared Serrone in second place in 31's driven a nice race. So too is Everly in the 142. They came from the back of the pack. Serrone's going to try and make a throw at Cotton as they come down the back straight for the last time into the last turn, but I don't think he's quite close enough. And it's going to be the 87 of Brett Cotton will take it out. A good win to him. Second place, Jared Serrone, the 31. Then the 142 of Chris Everly. 54, Maria Edmonds, good drive by her for fourth. The 79 of Brooks, Phil Moore next. Then the 97 of Darren Scott, Jared Green, car number 5, I think just missing out on that top 8. No, just getting in the top 8, I think, just in front of the 75 of Nathan Reed. And then a gaggle of other cars crossed the line. The time recorded 2:07.691 for the race winner, Brett Cotton.
The Aussies getting a big, and we've got an Aussie flag. Here are the guys with the Aussie flag. Good on you, fellas. They're here. They're getting some support for the Aussies. Cover up that American T-shirt. We'll have to try and find you an Aussie one.
And they've provided some great racing so far this season, the street stocks. Very nice, tight, close, clean racing from the street stockers. So they should be commended for their efforts. But this is the big one, the final, and they'll be out there to snatch that first place. Steve West and Alan Brumby on pole. Yellow lights flash. There goes the green. Brumby got the best of the start too on the outside. He got a bit of drive as they came down the main straight, and he had a bit too much power for Steve West, who tucks into second place now. Now here comes Morris around the outside, moving very quickly into third spot. Now he's the man to watch, the white 26 car Morris. He's got into third place at the moment, but there's not long before he'll start making a challenge on second place, Steve West, and even Alan Brumby. Wouldn't want to let him get too far in front in the 51 car. Brumby leads the way in the 51. West not getting any closer to him in second place, and Gary Morris in the 26 in third. Starting to get a bit closer to West now as they go down the back. Fourth place is the 29 of Jones at the moment, Ray Jones in the Commodore, then followed by Weaver in the 60. But Brumby doing it quite easily at the moment of 50. Starting to get a little bit closer is Steve West, but he just can't quite get the power to get into a challenging position on Brumby. In second place now, being put under pressure in third place, a car going out onto the infield, Weaver in the 60. And the race will be brought to a stoppage. The Chief Steward saying that he didn't go on his own, he had a bit of assistance. And Peter Hopwood, car 70, will be the man that goes to the rear of the field.
And they've regrouped.
Yes, they've regrouped. Yellow lights flash now, ready for the start. Bit racy, the cars up front, but the Chief Steward's happy and lets them go. Brumby again on the outside was the one who made the best of the start. Indian File as they go into turn 1-2. Now West right on his bumper at the moment. He wouldn't want to let him get too far ahead. Now Ray Jones, the man who's coming through very quickly indeed to try and push underneath West to get that second spot away from him. Gary Morris in the 26 has dropped back to fourth spot. But only 3 laps to go for the leader. Alan Brumby in car 51. West in second place, but Brumby drifted a bit high. in that turn and lost a bit of ground, allowed West to catch up to him, but he's being put under pressure by Ray Jones in the 29 Commodore at the moment. So they come out of turn 3-4. West holding on to that second spot very nicely. Now starting to join in is Rod Ether now. He's come from out of nowhere. Rod Ether in car number 10 to move into 4th place and try and put the pressure on Jones to get that 3rd place away from him. But there's only 1.5 left to run for Alan Brumby in the 51. He's driven a very tidy race, Brumby. Very neat, tidy line about mid-track. So he's going to make these cars try and drive around the outside and get their money's worth. Now West gets a little bit closer now, but he gets untidy coming out of 1-2, and I think he's thrown away all chance of getting him. He's one last throw with half a lap to go as they come out of turn 3-4, but Brumby's driven too well, and he'll take out the feature. 51 Brumby first, 2nd place goes to the 34 of West. Jones and the 29 in front of the 10 of Rod Ether in 4th place. Then came Morris in the 26, followed by Stewart, 68. It's 61 of David Cerrone, the 70 of Peter Hopwood, the 96 of Perkins, the 42 of Bennett. Last across the line, but a good win for the race winner, the 51, Alan Brumby.
Myers and Darren Fitzpatrick, Robert Burke and Ken Baker. Set to go. Fitzpatrick away very well on the outside, so too was Ken Baker. He raced up into 2nd place. Despite the fact that there's a bit of moisture on the track, that track is starting to come up pretty good. Baker now right behind Fitzpatrick as they come into turn 3-4. Baker still putting the pressure on Fitzpatrick. Burke holding down 3rd place. Myers and then carried. Paddy Ward having to fight his way through the pack this time. He had the advantage of a good start at the front of the grid last time, but now he finds himself back in 6th place. Darren Fitzpatrick is the race leader and Ken Baker's making the charge.
Yes, Baker putting the pressure on now, and also Robert Burke on the outside tries to move on the outside of Baker and take that 2nd spot away from him.
Look
and
at
Myers,
Paddy Ward too. He's coming up.
Paddy Ward, yes, from the back of the field. He's showing that he can come through traffic as well as from the pole position, and he's in 5th spot at the moment, putting the pressure right on him. He's taking that high line and getting a lot of drive up near the fence. But Fitzpatrick now putting under a lot of pressure and a bit of a chain reaction.
I reckon he's got trouble, Joel. I think the engine's gone off.
Yes,
the engine's gone off, I reckon.
Seems to be slowing a bit as he comes out of the turns and balking the other drivers behind. Baker can't get past him at the moment, and Robert Burke trying on the outside, and Paddy Ward joining in, so a 4-man race. And the back of the 36 of Baker, Sparks coming out there too, so he might have a bit of trouble as well. But Fitzpatrick in the lead, still holding them off. Baker in 2nd place now. Here comes Paddy Ward. He's moving through to 3rd place in front of Burke, but Burke comes back on the outside. A good drive by him, and he's still in 3rd place. There's only 3 to go.
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's car's missing badly, and he's desperately fighting to hang on to the... Oh, there's that miss going into that corner. It's going to let itself go, I think, in a minute because he's pushing it very hard. But the other cars don't realise he's got a problem, I don't think. Baker, and then Burke and Paddy Ward. Darrell Klein coming out of the clouds. Fitzpatrick's got them all slowed down. They won't go around him. I wonder, can he hang on for another lap? He's doing it okay so far. Is someone going to realise that they're going to have to go around the outside? Here comes Kime. Kimey's decided to do it. Up into 2nd place he goes. Fitzpatrick drifts out wide. Kime will take him on in this last corner, I reckon. Kime will come at him on the outside. On the inside is Fitzpatrick. Kime makes the dive up on the outside. Fitzpatrick on the inside. He's going to hang on. Is he? Yes! Fitzpatrick just hangs on. Then came Darrell Kime, followed by Ken Baker. Robert Burke from Canberra was 4th. Then came Robert Carrick, followed by Myers. Paddy Ward drifted right out of the action because Lynn Ward finished in front of him. Paddy Ward finished 2nd last and Craig Davis was last. 2 minutes 30.615. We're now set for the first round of test match heats. 2nd test, Australia leading the series 1-0. Tetra Engineering bring us the test tonight. Heat number 1. Will there be fireworks? Will there be not? Ron Pine on the inside, Scott Blomqvist on the outside, and these two guys are the two who had all sorts of problems in the first heat last time. Is it about to repeat? Set to go. This is what we've been waiting for, the test match. Ron Pine, Scott Blomqvist, Charlie Schwartz and Bob Brewer. Now, I'm predicting a big performance from Charlie Schwartz tonight in the number 2 car. I have been wrong before many times, but tonight I'm making a prediction before it starts that Schwartz will improve dramatically. Scott Blomqvist playing a few little tactics early on. He said, nah, I'm not really ready to race just yet. I'd like a couple of more laps to pack down this track. So he said, I'll just back off. Start speeds have been slowed right down under the instruction of the steward. This is a tight group. This could be it. You betcha! Scott Blomqvist on the outside races into the lead. Charlie Schwartz has a bit of a bump with Bob Brewer. Brewer throws it sideways and he'll stay there. He will stay there, absolute no doubt about it. And we'll just go back to a complete restart. Full restart, Brewer to the rear, and there was a little bit of a bump of cars going into turn 1, 2, but nothing untoward. But I think what Brewer did there was just decide, well, okay, I'm just a little bit offline. I've lost it a little bit, so I might as well sell out and just get back level with everybody. Put me back on the same playing field. I was in last position anyway, so I may as well be in last position again, but I'm better off being up with them than 100 metres behind them. So a bit of tactics by Bobby Brewer. After all, if he drops that off, the way Scott Blomqvist, although Brewer might have a trouble. Brewer onto the infield, his crew racing over to see what's wrong. Back onto the track he comes. He's okay. He'll pick up his position number 4. No problems. All set for a restart. Good tight group of cars again. Pushed away very well on the outside. The Americans have got a 4-2 situation. Bob Brewer's the man who's going to have to do the work because Scott Blomqvist leads and he really goes fast. Ron Pine in a bit of trouble. Charlie Schwartz comes up on the outside of Pine and the Yanks are 1-2. Bob Brewer is running 3rd. Ron Pine, he's got handling troubles. He's all over the place. And Scott Blomqvist, he's got no troubles. Charlie Schwartz will block for him here, but Blomqvist is rocketing. He's going right round the track. Schwartz comes up into 2nd place. Brewer is running 3rd. Then comes Ron Pine. Oh, but the Americans are off to a maximum start. 1 more lap to go, and Scott Blomqvist leads. Charlie Schwartz is 2nd. Bob Brewer is 3rd. Ron Pine is in 4th place and right out of calculations. Brewer is the only chance. He could probably pick up 1 more point if he drives quickly up on the Schwartz. Scott Blomqvist a big winner. Charlie Schwartz is 2nd. Bobby Brewer is 3rd. And Ron Pine is 4th. That is a new 4-lap record to Scott Blomqvist. 1 minute 3.003. Let's check the Tetra Engineering scoreboard. 3 points to Blomqvist, 2 points to Schwartz, 1 point to Brewer, no points Ron Pine. The United States, 5. Lead Australia, 1. just what the Americans wanted, a good, quick start to the test match. So back to heat 2, and for Australia we've got John Pine and Don Mckeown. Clint Smith and Scott Blomqvist, the fastest super sedan on the Motordrome track. He proved that on Sunday night. He's just proven it in that heat. Clint Smith anxious to have a look at the track conditions. John Pine, equally experienced, just backing off a little too. He's not going to look at a start here. The lights are flashing. That is a start. Pine was away well. He's got the 3 points. Here comes Blomqvist. He backs off a little. He tucks up and in underneath Pine. And Pine on the outside. Blomqvist on the inside. Australia versus the United States. Door handle to door handle. Pine got the upper hand. And the Aussies start to cheer. John Pine's out in front. Scott Blomqvist is running second. Look out. Here comes the flying American. The Eagle is starting to fly. Then he's out after John Pine. Pine has the lead. It's a 3-all situation at the moment. Blomqvist is trying to get him. Go, John! The Australian team right behind John Pine. He's got the lead at the moment. Blomqvist and then Clint Smith and Don Mckeown can't quite pick up that extra point. John Pine trying to slow the pace a little, I think, to let Don Mckeown get there. Scott Blomqvist comes up on the inside. Pine kicks away again. Blomqvist right on his bumper, almost sold out. Don Mckeown comes up on the inside of Clint Smith. Great test match racing. Coming down to take the checkered flag. Scott Blomqvist comes at John Pine. John Pine on the inside, Blomqvist on the outside. Oh, Clint Smith, I think, second. And the Aussies bring the house down. John Pine has done number 1. On the Chatron Engineering scoreboards, 3 points to John Pine. I gave my 2 points to Clint Smith. I'll check it officially in a moment. Scott Blomqvist was third for 1 point, and Don Mckeown failed to score a point. So that was a 3-3 situation. So America 8, Australia 4 on the Chatron Engineering scoreboard. Poor Joel, things are hotting up.
Yes, they certainly are, Ross. 8-4 lead to America at the moment, but only 4 points behind to the Aussies. And interesting to note that Blomqvist, this is his second substitution, so we can only have another 2 more substitutions. Don Mckeown on pole, getting ready, yellow light flashing, into the acceleration zone. No start, too eager. Blomqvist on pole, jumped away a bit there, tried to get the start. But,
John Pine hasn't seen the lights.
No, I think he's trying to get us another 3 points, but
they don't go any yellower than that, Ron. So we've got the third heat of the test match. So down back straight away, this is the third exciting heat in the Chatron Engineering International Super Sedan test. This is the second test. Australia lead the series 1-0, but America are leading tonight by 8 points to 4. There's a good start. Blomqvist on the outside. Don Mckeown down on the inside. Mckeown inside. It's Blomqvist on the outside. Ron Pine trying to get up on the inside as well. There's Blomqvist going round the outside. Mckeown backed off. There's Clint Smith coming up to try and get third place away, and he did. So the Americans have got a 4-2 on the track at the moment. Ron Pine not having a happy time, but Don Mckeown is not going to give in without a fight. Look at the fight in Don Mckeown. Scott Blomqvist, he got the lead. Mckeown's coming back at him big and strong. Blomqvist leads. Mckeown running second. Mckeown driving the race of his life on the inside of Blomqvist. Blomqvist on the outside. Mckeown on the inside. The all-important spot's the third spot, and it's all Clint Smith's at the moment. One more lap to go. Scott Blomqvist leads. Don Mckeown, he's driving like a Superman at the moment. Don Mckeown right behind Scott Blomqvist. He comes up on the inside of Blomqvist. He might get him in the corner. Coming down to the checkered flag. Blomqvist versus Mckeown. Mckeown up on the inside, and he wins. Super drive, Don Mckeown. Oh, that's a super drive by Donnie Mckeown. And that saved the Australians bacon there, I reckon. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Don Mckeown! Sensational drive by Mckeown, considering the fact that Blomqvist is one of the fastest men on the track. He's got 2 track records in 2 nights. The time, 1 minute 4.199. Just going back to that previous race where we were confirming the Clint Smith decision, that was correct. Clint Smith second and Blomqvist third, for those people who just like to keep their points. In that race, Don Mckeown, 3 points. 2 points to Scott Blomqvist, 1 point to Clint Smith. Ron Pine failed to score. A 3-all situation, thank heavens for the Aussies. And that means 11 points to the United States, 7 points to Australia. Here comes John Pine and Bobby Brewer. And they're going to take on Scott Blomqvist and Clint Smith. Now, if you're worried about the fact why you're not seeing Charlie Schwartz out there, the news from the infield area is that Schwartz has blown an engine. So much for my prediction that he was going to have a big night. Away they go. Oh, John Pine's gone for a spin. There's Bobby Brewer going for a spin as well, but Clint Smith trying to back away from him, really had no room to move. The steward still had the green light on. I don't think he was concerned about the John Pine spin. Complete restart, John Pine at the rear, which is where he was anyway, so... Or was he? Was he in position 4? So just repeating the news that the American team will be reduced to 3 cars. Whether Charlie Schwartz hops into one of them or not, we'll have to wait and see. But the number 2 car has officially blown an engine. Joel was pointing out that during the running of that race that Schwartz ran second to Blomqvist, and it was absolutely spewing sparks out from underneath. So they were in trouble. Now Bob Brewer's out of the car. There's a problem with the Brewer car too, and he's pointing the finger to Smith. So Bob Brewer's left-hand rear. I think there might be a broken axle, I'm not sure. Let's hope the damage is not too great. But he's one very unhappy guy. Now they can substitute because no laps have been scored. Substitute Don Mckeown for Bob Brewer. So Don Mckeown comes in to substitute. We've got Scott Blomqvist. Yeah, the back end of that car's dropped out. There might be some transmission or differential problems there. I think Australia might be down to 3 cars as well. So it's Scott Blomqvist. No start. Okay, let's have a look how this heat shapes up now. Heat 4. That's a good start. Blomqvist on the inside. Can Don Mckeown do it all over again? Yes, he can. And John Pine gets up on the inside as well of Clint Smith. This could be the heat that Australia's been looking for. They're trying to level the series as it comes down main straight away. Don Mckeown, followed by Scott Blomqvist. Clint Smith got through on the inside of Pine. That was a beautiful pass. Now Scott Blomqvist gets on the inside of Mckeown, who got up too high on the track. Mckeown gives him a tap on the back end, gives him another tap on the back end. And Scott Blomqvist races to the lead. Mckeown hammering back at him. He's driving like Superman tonight, Don Mckeown. I think he's on steroids. He's really pumped up as he comes into turn 3-4. The leader is Scott Blomqvist. Don Mckeown is running second and driving superbly. Here's Clint Smith in trouble. John Pine got closer to him. Don Mckeown's getting up on the inside of Blomqvist again. No, he just sold out. Coming into main straight away, Don Mckeown makes one more dive at Scott Blomqvist, but he can't get him this time. Blomqvist 3, Mckeown 2. Clint Smith 1 and John Pine fails to score. 1 minute 3.987. And let's check the Tetron Engineering scoreboard with Scott Blomqvist picking up 3 points. Don Mckeown, driving like Superman tonight, has picked up 2 points. 1 point has gone to Clint Smith from America, and John Pine failed to score. So it was 4 points in that heat to the United States and 2 points in that heat to Australia. USA 15, lead Australia 9. 6 points the difference as we get to heat 5. Boy, am I going to need a Coca-Cola after this. Don Mckeown receiving plenty of support from the Aussie fans because he's driving superbly tonight. And Scott Blomqvist getting plenty of support from the Aussie fans. Sorry, the USA fans, because he's driving very quickly tonight too. Now, Clint Smith is out, and here comes Brewer. Oh, watch out for this one. Bobby Brewer, I think, will be anxious to get square with Clint Smith. Let's see if we're going to see a get square here. There was plenty of finger pointing went on before from Bob Brewer. Let's see how he answers it on the racetrack. The dust is still billowing. He was so keen to get out here. No start. Mckeown and Blomqvist, haven't they had some of the best sedan battles we've seen for some time? And just super driving as well. I mean, no, couple of little bumps in the back end from Don Mckeown on Scott Blomqvist, but there was no damage done. That's a start. Blomqvist away on the outside, Mckeown on the inside. Sparks on the Brewer car. There's problems with Brewer, but he did get around the outside of Smith, but he's in trouble, and I reckon Smith will be able to see that. Now Scott Blomqvist leads. Can Don Mckeown stay with him? Can Bob Brewer hang on with those sparks pouring out of that car? I'd say they got the wrong wheel on the hub, which is rubbing up against the suspension. Now Don Mckeown gets up on the inside of Scott Blomqvist. Yeah, Mckeown driving absolutely superbly tonight. And Australia in a 4-2 situation. Brewer is hammering out after Blomqvist as well. Mckeown from Blomqvist. Mckeown hanging it out wide. Brewer getting up on the inside. Look at Brewer go. Don't worry about the sparks, says Bobby. I'm out after you. I'll show you some sparks. You want to see them? You can see them from the back end. Don Mckeown's the leader, followed by Scott Blomqvist. Then Bob Brewer and Clint Smith. There's the checkered flag. Brilliant ride, Don Mckeown. Oh, Mckeon doing an absolute super job for Australia tonight. And look at that time. 1 minute 3.859. Number 3 points to number 18, Don Mckeown. 2 points to number 4, Scott Blomqvist. And that all-important 1 point to Australia's Bob Brewer. 2 points to the United States and 4 points to the Australians. So the scoreboard closes. USA 17, Australia 13. This is the last heat before the halfway mark. So Blomqvist, Pine and Smith coming into the main straight. That's a great start. John Pine on the outside, Scott Blomqvist on the inside. Pine got the better of Blomqvist. Pine on the outside, Blomqvist on the inside. Blomqvist comes up on the inside of Pine. They had a bit of a bump and Pine got the lead. John Pine out in front, followed by Scott Blomqvist and then Clint Smith. Ron Pine is the next car through on the end of the freight train. Scott Blomqvist, I think his tyres are going off. And Clint Smith comes up on the inside of him. John Pine is the leader. Blomqvist and Clint Smith, they're running second and third. They know they've got to hang on to 3 points here. Ron Pine is the man who can upset the apple cart. Oh, but no, Blomqvist is just going to ride high. Now Ron Pine gets a chance. Bumps on the back of Blomqvist, threw the chance away. And on the last lap, Ron Pine has blown the opportunity to pick up that extra point. Checkered flag, and it will go to Australia's John Pine. Second place goes to Clint Smith, and third place to Scott Blomqvist. So a 3-all situation from that heat. 3 points to John Pine, 2 points to Clint Smith, 1 point to Scott Blomqvist, a 3-all from that heat. So at the halfway point in a terrific test match, USA 20 lead Australia 16. And away they go. A little bit slippery, a little bit slidey, which is why we've brought this race on, to help pack that track down. And Bruce Johnson about to sell out in front. Got a little bit of a bump from the 75. 75 will get the black flag. As we said, no second chances. The 32 was, well, he hadn't sold out. He was in a bit of a drift, but hadn't sold out. And then the 75 car didn't back off, gave him the bump, and gets the black flag. And they're away. Bruce Johnson on the outside again. Can he hold it together going through turn 1, 2 this time? No, he's out near the concrete wall. Now he's back down on the inside of the track. He's all over the place. Car number 8 went by himself for Darren Smith, and he knows that he did that, and he's back onto the track. Bruce Johnson having all sorts of handling problems in these slippery conditions. Bruce Jones isn't. He's way out in front. Harris running second. Bruce Johnson just having all sorts of handling problems. There goes Andrew Fuller for a spin. He's stuck on the side of the track. If he stops the race, he'll get a black flag, I think. I'm not sure. And and the fans are happy about that little lot. Bill Harris and Bruce Jones in front of the grid. The 92 of Bruce Jones has the lead, but there's some pressure behind, particularly under this situation. His car seems to be handling the track very well, and the other car's having, oh, this time he's drifted out very, very wide in the corner, but so too did the car that's issuing the immediate challenge, the car 85 of Blanche, Trevor Blanche, but he's lost a lot of places because he got down on the inside line, couldn't get the drive, and Bill Harris and Jason Owen did get the drive up on the outside of him, and they've gone up into second and third place. Jason Owen now pushing to come up on the inside. Oh, Jones is out very wide. They perhaps there's a little bit of a cushion there in turn 3-4, but it's not quite packed down, and that might be tricking them a little bit. They're all persisting with the high line. There's Harris up on the outside. Jones down on the inside. Bit of bodywork rubbing on the Jones back wheel that we can see, yes, coming down main straightaway. That bodywork is rubbing on the wheel. That would be slowing him down just a little. This has allowed Bill Harris to take up the lead and Jason Owen to move round the outside, and Owen goes into second place. But one more lap to go. And Harris now out very wide. They're understeering badly going into turn 3-4. Harris leads from Owen, and then Bruce Jones. Jason Owen getting closer to Harris now as they come into turn 3-4. Jason Owen's not going to give in without a fight here. Owen down on the inside. Harris out very, very wide. Harris might just have the advantage as they come to the line, and Harris is first. Jason Owen is second. Bruce Jones is third, and then Trevor Blanche in fourth place. The car number 16 coming through in fifth spot. No time taken because of the race stoppages. Bad luck for the car number 24, the pole car in the Litre division with a flat tyre, not going to be able to start in the race. Wayne Russell has to go on the infield. We're looking set for a start for our Litre car stars. These are the top guns. There's the start, and the car number 17 got away well. So too did Jim Pine. Back in the pack, Jason Begg's got a big job to do. Oh, Butch Haynes goes up on the infield. He had trouble in his previous race, and he's got trouble again. Down into main straightaway they come, and the leader is still Jim Pine, followed by Colin Bell. Now Brett Haynes getting through on the inside. Jason Elborn is holding down third place. Brett Haynes has moved up to fourth. Mel Guy's in trouble. He's going to have to go up onto the infield, I would say, because he's got a problem. Mel Guy in trouble. Down onto the infield he goes. One of the stars out of the action. Coming back into main straightaway, and it's Jim Pine, the leader. Been a long while since we've seen Jim into the winner's circle. Colin Bell in second place. Jason Elborn is third. The track looking really super for the next 6 heats of our test match. Into main straightaway. 4 more laps to go. Jim Pine still leads. Colin Bell in second place. Then comes Jason Elborn, followed by Brett Haynes and Ray Wright, clipping into the back end of Brett Haynes. Goes through on the inside of Haynes and moves up into fourth place, but he's given the leader too big a start. Colin Bell starting to chase out after Jim Pine, the race leader. Jim Pine down back straight away, holding off Colin Bell at the moment. Bell moves up to him, puts himself right within striking distance now as there's only 2 laps left to run. Good race for the lead. Ray Wright, Colin Bell, Bell down low. Jim Pine about half track at the moment. Now Colin Bell moves right up behind him. They've got 1 more lap to go. Watch the pressure come on now as soon as they see this white flag. Jim Pine sees it. Colin Bell sees it. They both go screaming into the last lap. Jim Pine trying to hang on to the lead. Colin Bell trying to get it away from him. The slow car just ahead. Jim Pine switches down onto the inside of the slow car. Colin Bell switches down on the inside as well. Jim Pine crossed up a little, but he just got there in front of Colin Bell. Followed by Jason Elborn. Butch Haynes came from nowhere to get up for 4th place. Ray Wright ran 5th, and then Brett Haynes was 6th. A winning time of 2 minutes 12.934. And a very strong win to Jim Pine. And we're set now for the second of the 6 rounds of heats in the Tetron Engineering Australia versus USA Super Sedan Test. At the halfway mark, USA 20, leading Australia 16. Only 4 points the difference. But moving into this second round of heats, there are big factors. The American team has 2 cars out of action. The Charlie Schwartz car and the John Soares car. We'll have to try and get an indication from the infield, or we'll try and look on the infield who we can see. Now, Clint Smith is not out there. So Soares is coming out in the 1 car. And Charlie Schwartz is going to drive the Scott Blomqvist car. That's Charlie Schwartz. That's not tall enough for Scott Blomqvist, and Blomqvist has got a white helmet. And that is John Soares in his car. Bob Brewer and Charlie Schwartz up the front. 5'4" Charlie Schwartz trying to drive the car that's set up for 6'4" Scott Blomqvist. But the Americans are in this situation because of the fact that 2 of their cars are out of action, that Scott Blomqvist drove the whole of the first round of 6 heats, so he can only substitute 3 times. So he had 3 drives and 3 substitutes. So he's completed all his substitutes. Blomqvist can only drive 3 times in his second round. There they go. Brewer on the inside, Schwartz on the outside. Schwartz got the lead, and that will be important in the United States. If they can just kill every heat, they win the test match. The Australians have got to get out in front. So Schwartz is doing the job that he needs to do. He needs to kill this heat, make it a 3-all, and then that only leaves 5 heats for the Australians to peg it back. So the Australians need to start cheering for Bobby Brewer. Brewer's starting to come after Schwartz. Schwartz is the leader, driving the Scott Blomqvist car. Bob Brewer in second place is getting closer to him now. This is what Bob Brewer needs to do. He needs to try and grab the lead. Up on the inside of Schwartz he comes. Oh, John Soares is sold out. Don't stop the leader. He has to keep going, because if he stops Schwartz, he won't give him a chance. Here's Brewer up on the inside of Schwartz. Schwartz came back at him. Schwartz is hanging on. Can he kill the 3 points? Brewer comes flying at him. Schwartz did it. Under a lot of pressure, Charlie Schwartz has grabbed the 3 points, and that's all the Americans will be out to do. They'll be out to just bury each race by making it a 3-all. 3 to Schwartz, 2 to Brewer, 1 to Pine. That's Ron Pine. John Soares failed to score. So 3-all for the heat. USA 23, Australia 19. Here is the man of the moment, Don Mckeown. And here's the captain, Captain Australia, John Pine. Okay, now the chief steward is not calling for 2 minutes because each time they change over drivers from Schwartz to Blomqvist and Blomqvist to Schwartz, the seat has to be adjusted. The steward's aware of that, and despite the fact that there's no huge delay, then the steward will not be honking away on his horn for 2 minutes until he deems fit. So, in this heat we have Clint Smith and Scott Blomqvist for the United States, Don Mckeown and John Pine for Australia. Blomqvist has to come up to 1. That's the draw, that's the way it's drawn. Blomqvist up to 1, Mckeown to 2, Pine to 3, Clint Smith to 4. Coming into the start zone, this is heat 8. We're getting into the exciting stage now. There they go, Mckeown away superbly on the outside, and he raced straight for the lead. Mckeown out in front, Scott Blomqvist is second, but that car doesn't seem to be running right now to me. I don't think it's got the power that it had earlier on, but Clint Smith is doing a good job. He's up there in third place at the moment, and all the Americans will be out to try and do is just make it a 3-all for every race. John Pine is the man to watch. We know Don Mckeown's doing an absolutely superb job by leading the race. John Pine's got to do it. He's got to get past Clint Smith. If he doesn't get past Clint Smith, this is exactly what the Americans want. They just want a 3-all from every heat. Then the Australians can't win. So John Pine is the man who's got to get up on the inside of Clint Smith. Clint Smith is doing his best. Oh, that Scott Blomqvist car's gone. It's gone right off song, Blomqvist's car. Clint Smith under pressure now from John Pine. He's only got one more corner to do it. Now Clint Smith under pressure from John Pine, but he's going to hang on. Yes, he just does it. And there is a new record to Don Mckeown. One minute 2.840, and I think the Americans have got a problem with the 4 car. It does not have the power that it had in the earlier races. There's something gone amiss. So let's check out the Tetron Engineering scoreboard for Heat 8. 3 points has gone to Don Mckeown. 2 points to Scott Blomqvist. 1 point to Clint Smith. John Pine failed to score. Still 3-all. That's all the Americans are looking for. If they can get a 4-point heat, that'll be a bonus. All they're looking for is 3-all all the way. 26 to America, 22 to Australia. This could be the heat that puts the pressure on the Yanks. Ron Pine and Don Mckeown, Clint Smith, but who will it be? The John Sawyer's car is not handling well, and now the Scott Blomqvist car has gone off song. And what a fantastic time in that previous heat to Don Mckeown. 1 minute 2.840. So all the pressure on Ron Pine here. Don Mckeown, we know, can do it. He's got the speed, he's got the power. Stand by. No, Ron Pine's going to back off, but the stewards let him go. On the outside, Clint Smith has grabbed the lead. Don Mckeown's going to tuck up on the inside of Ron Pine. Now Clint Smith has got to do it all on his own. I think Ron Pine's got to let Don Mckeown through. He's got to. If he's got any brains at all, he's got to let Mckeon through. He did that. Right. He's let Mckeon through and said, righto, Don, get out after him. Chase him. And Clint Smith is the leader. Come on, Don Mckeon. Let's see if we can get Don up there into the lead. He's got to get the lead away from Clint Smith. Clint Smith under pressure. Oh, Don Mckeon is really starting to chase him now. Clint Smith out wide. Don Mckeon trying to come up on the inside. Oh, John Soares has gone again. He doesn't want to stop Clint Smith, though. Clint Smith's got the momentum up. Soares has just got to stay straight or even get off the track now and get out of the road. But it's all Clint Smith. Don Mckeon has tried hard. Here's his last chance. Come on, Don. Get up underneath him. Clint Smith comes to the line. He's done it for America. Oh, gee, the Americans are hanging in there. They are hanging in like grim death. 3 points to Clint Smith, 2 to Don Mckeon, and 1 to John Pine. Sorry, Ron Pine. Correction, Ron Pine. So that's another 3-all. United States 29, Australia 25. Now, that leaves us with only, the time. Did I do a time on that for you? No, I didn't. 1 minute 3.832. 1 minute 3.832. Only 3 heats left. The Aussies have got to win 2 of the 3 remaining heats or they can't win the test. If they win 1 of the heats, they'll be level unless it's a 5-1. So the pressure now right on Australia, and John Pine's car's going up on the jack. Now Charlie Schwartz is climbing into the Scott Blomqvist car. They'll need to do some adjustment there. Here comes Don Mckeon. So on the racetrack we have Clint Smith and Charlie Schwartz for the Americans. Schwartz is driving the Blomqvist car. Away they go. Mckeon on the outside has grabbed the lead. This is not what Australia want. They want Bobby Brewer up to try and get that place. Bob Brewer is the man to watch. Don Mckeon is flying up in front. He can't afford to give the lead away. Bob Brewer is the man who's got it all to do. If he doesn't get a point out of this, they're going to be in trouble, the Australians. They've got to win the last 2 heats then to level up the test match. Don Mckeon is the leader, followed by the number 3 car of Clint Smith. The number 4 car is being driven by Charlie Schwartz, and driven pretty well, and Bob Brewer just can't get near them. There's only a lap to go, and Bob Brewer's the car we're keeping an eye on. He can't get, oh, he's gone. He's decided to sell out and sit there. He's decided to play some tactics. And with 1 lap left to go, I don't know whether it's going to work for him because it's a single file restart with a lap to go. Brewer is at least going to give himself a chance by being close to them. He was dropping right off the pace. He had a spin and decided to stay there. So coming into the start zone, away they go. They've got the green. Don Mckeon, Clint Smith, Charlie Schwartz. Now as Bob Brewer pulled the right rein here, he's got to really drive hard and strong after Schwartz. They're coming into the main straight away. There's 1 more lap left to go. Don Mckeon, followed by Clint Smith and Charlie Schwartz. The Americans are not making a mistake at the moment. Bob Brewer has got 1 more lap. No, he's gone. He's gone. He's trying too hard. And that's another 3-all situation for the United States. That's what they're after. Don Mckeown picks up another 3 points. 2 points to Clint Smith and 1 point to Charlie Schwartz, who drove the Scott Blomqvist car. So another 3 all. The Australians just can't break this deadlock at the moment. And the Americans lead by 4 points, 32 to 28, and there are only 2 heats left. The time for heat 10 was not taken because of the race stoppage. So the Australians must win this heat. Away they go. Clint Smith got away well on the outside. John Pine trying to go up on the inside. That's not what the Australians want. They desperately want John Pine to get past him. Clint Smith on the outside. John Pine on the inside. John Pine's got the lead away from him, and Clint Smith has tripped the wall. Ron Pine comes up on the inside of Clint Smith and just missed him. Charlie Schwartz got badly handled by Ron Pine, and Schwartz is out of the race. The red light is on. All right, we're going to go 2 lanes. And away they go. Again, Ron Pine got up on the outside of Charlie Schwartz. Clint Smith was trying to get hold of John Pine. Here's Clint Smith trying to come up on the inside of Pine. This is what Australia wanted. They need this desperately to come back to just 2 points with the last heat to go. Here's Ronnie Pine getting up on the inside of Clint Smith. That'd level the series if he can get him. If Ron Pine can get Clint Smith, he'll level up this Test match series. Ron Pine trying hard to level it up now and put Australia in front in the last heat, but there's the checker. Schwartz coming up on the inside of Pine, couldn't quite get him. Oh, now we've got a cliffhanger. Now we've got a cliffhanger. 3 points to John Pine, 2 points to Clint Smith, and 1 point to Ron Pine. Charlie Schwartz failed to score, so it was 4 to the Australians and 2 to the Americans. America leads by 34 points to 32. 2 points the difference. Australia must win this heat. Where are the Aussie fans? Come on! (34-32). Don Mckeown is on the track and set to go. Here comes John Pine. Australia have got 2 cars on the track. Now there's body damage to the number 4 car. Now Charlie Schwartz is in the number 3 car, please note. Charlie Schwartz is in the 3. Blomqvist is in the 4. Pine and Mckeown for Australia. What a finish to the Tetron Engineering Test match. They're away. Don Mckeown got away beautifully. John Pine has got to hang on to that 3rd place. Scott Blomqvist is coming up on the outside. America have got to get a 3-all. If Australia finish the way they are, it's a tied test. Here's Blomqvist coming up on the outside of Pine. Pine is up on the inside. Oh, Blomqvist is sold out. John Pine's gone up there. He's gone up on the inside. Australia could win the test. Australia could win this test match. This could be a tremendous finish. Oh, no, Schwartz is back again. Schwartz will not give in. He's now trying to slow things down for Blomqvist to get closer. Schwartz is now driving at his best to try and hold out John Pine. John Pine up on the inside. John Pine could win this test match for Australia. Up on the inside of him. Schwartz back on the outside. Pine on the inside. Schwartz on the outside. Watch the finish. Schwartz coming to the line. John Pine, yes! John Pine has made it. And Australia have won the test. Don Mckeown, 3 points. Look at the time, 1 minute, 2.795, a new track record. Five points to Australia and 1 point to the United States. Australia have come from nowhere to win the test. Australia 37, USA 35.
Oh, great stuff by Australia. Right on the line. John Pine's done it. He's pulled us back 39-37. A great effort by Australia. And they'll be stoked with that performance. We're just waiting for Ross Allen to go down trackside, and he's going to have a few words. But John Pine absolutely elated. He's going around. He's got the flag. Let's hear it for Johnny. Good on you, boys. Good stuff. They've done real well. Ron Pine, Don Mckeown, overcome with emotion. A great moment. A lap of honour, they've said bugger the ute, will run around. And what a tremendous finish to this Tetra Engineering Test Match number 2. If you had written a script for it, you couldn't have asked for any better finish than that. And aren't the boys happy about it? He's got the flag, John. Ron Pine there as well, Bob Brewer and Don Mckeown. But we'll go down to Ross Allen infield.
Yeah, thanks, Joel. Well, look at this. The Australians are doing a lap of honour. Anyone would think we're at the Sydney Cricket Ground, the Sydney Football Stadium. The guys are actually running a lap of honour to say we have won the test. Boy. John Pine, the captain. Ron Pine. Don Mckeown and Bobby Brewer. Have you ever seen 4 happier guys than these guys? John Pine. Wow, what a comeback.
I think we got the car going at the right time, Ross.
Just got it going right. A super test match, 4 points the difference. The Americans were obviously out to just try and kill each heat, and you guys were finding it tough.
That's true. It's a hard race, and you know, like they might have lost one car, but they didn't lose all their drivers, and we ran as a team, and the main thing was, I'm not used to running.
No, I'm going to say you've done pretty well to do a lap of the Motordrome on your feet.
And we took a risk at the end, changed the spring, the whole deal. That was all wrong with the car all night.
And Charlie came back at you there right on the end. Did you think you were going to get that 5-1er to win the series?
Well, you've got to give it to them. They didn't back off. They didn't hold down, and they give us that racing room we needed, and we're the better car. And you know, when you can run out there at that speed, I think we've done a 1:02.
Yeah.
That's incredible to run side by side. You know, for the full circuit, I think 4 laps. And when you can do that with a guy, you know, take your hat off to the Yanks. They've done a fantastic job.
And what about this guy, ladies and gentlemen, in the number 18 car, Don Mckeown! All right! Don, I've made a couple of wisecracks tonight that you might have been on steroids, but mate, that is the absolute best I have seen you drive. You're in sensational form.
Yeah, well, you've got to get good sooner or later after doing so many laps, I suppose. Yeah.
OK, plenty of laps practice. You've cracked this record down to 1:02. I know that probably doesn't mean very much at the moment. It's just the excitement of winning.
Yeah, just the excitement of winning. It's good for the whole team to win. It's good to beat the Yankees. It's good to race with all the fans and everything. And it's just a great victory. I think we beat them tonight real well.
Congratulations, Don.
I'd like to thank Steve Smith, my mate, his sponsor, and engine builder, car builder, Ed, and all the other guys from Argo Marine. Thank them very much.
Good on you, mate. What about a quick word with Ronnie Pine, the number 3 car? Just kept plugging away and getting those points when you could get them, Ron.
Yeah, mate. Couple of things. Castrol Australia, thank you very much. Auto One Australia, thank you very much. We come here tonight. We raced Brisbane on Monday night. I think it was Monday night. And we come here and we forgot two little things. It's like John said, he had stiffer coils in the front and he didn't wake up till the end of the night. We woke up to it halfway through the night, but that second last heat I knew I had to hold down third. I was a little overdriving, but I knew I had to get third to give these guys in the last heat 5-1, and they done it. Good on them.
Okay, and Bobby Brewer, ladies and gentlemen, here's the guy who, again, just cannot keep out of trouble. You don't even get into that much trouble at home.
Don't believe that.
But Bob, a super win again. I know you were out there. I was actually watching you on the infield. I think you might have been quite as excited as the guys on the track.
No, it was good to see you. We just had a little bit of trouble all night, but gee, I didn't even have to try with these other couple of blokes here the way they were going.
Okay, so that's Australia now 2-0. You've wrapped up the series. The third test match, I guess you try and want to rub salt into the wound and make it 3-0.
It would be a good feeling, yeah.
And listen, let me ask you this. I know you're not an actual motorbike rider, but are we going to be here cheering for Australia next Wednesday night when the Aussies take on the Poms?
No, definitely will be here, yep.
Good on you, Bob. You'll be here to support the Australian boys then. Let's put the Australian team in the back of the Tetron Engineering vehicle. And as we said earlier tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Tetron Engineering, fabulous supporters in Melbourne for the Australian Awards for businesses. These guys were voted state winners and Australian winners of engine reconditioning. Nobody does it like Tetron in the whole of this country, and we really are thankful for their support at the Motordrome, not only tonight, but over a long period of time. So as they go around and do their lap of honour, we'll have a chat with the Americans. You can give them a big wave and a big cheer. That was just one heck of a Super Sedan test match. So let's have a chat with the Americans. Come on over, guys. The Americans coming over. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, Charlie Schwartz. Charlie, you got out and did one hell of a job in very, very difficult circumstances.
Well, you know, we just did the best we could with two cars, and well, we had three cars, but actually two. But, you know, Clint's car just didn't fit me very good, and that's the one I drove the last couple of races there, and I just, you know, I was a little out of control with it, and if I, you know, if it would have fit me better, we might have won, but no one knows. You know, the Aussies did a good job, and can't take it away from them, and that's all I can say. You know, they did a good job.
Okay, let's have a chat with Scott Blomqvist. Scott tried to do it all in the first half of the test match, which I suppose is a bit of a plan to try and put points on the board. The 4 points as it was at half-time was not quite enough.
Well, like, you know, we had some problems with the 4 car there at the end. It was down to about 6 cylinders, you know, so, you know, it means we were down to those cars. You know, you got, everybody sounds like they're pretty proud of everybody, but I wouldn't be too proud of them, because if you knew what we were running out there, you wouldn't have much to be proud of. So I'll tell you what, we're going to be back. We're going to be back.
Okay.
And we'll have something else for them next time. We'll be back. You'll see a different program.
Okay, Scott Blomqvist determined. Clint Smith, he did a super job tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this guy, only his second drive here in Australia. Car starting to get a little bit together for you, Clinton. I think in this third test match that we have here, you guys are going to try and make sure that you get on the board.
Well, it took me, the last set was here, we had to run a lot because we didn't have but 2 cars. Now we didn't have but 2 cars again tonight, and we still almost beat them with just 2 cars tonight. Like Scott said, if we can get 4 cars, I don't think it'll be a contest.
Okay, if they can get 4 cars running. And here's the guy, the American captain, who I've seen out there on the infield, absolutely working your butt off to try and make sure you can get cars on the racetrack, and it hasn't worked for you. Unhappy times, but I know that third test match means a lot to you.
Well, you just don't realize how hard we've been working since we've been here, and just everything's went wrong, but you know, you just got to keep your chin up and keep on going, and this new car that I built ended up to be a dud, and that's just the way it happens. Sometimes you get a good one, you get a bad one, and if it wasn't for the rest of the guys, we wouldn't even have been in the thing, but they did a heck of a job, I think, with 2 cars, and I think we're pretty proud of ourselves for the way that we came through on this deal.
Okay, well, we're going to see you back a little later on in the season. I know you've got a big trip ahead of you now, right around Australia, and despite the fact there's been a bad start for the Americans, you'll probably come back here to the Motordrome with a few wins under your belt.
Well, we got 14 races to do in 6 weeks, and the way we got started, I don't know we're going to make it all the way.
All right, well, what about jumping on the back of the ute over there, and we'll send the American team around, because we have a pretty good sporting spirit here in Australia. the Americans are going to go around and do their lap of honour as well, because they fought out a terrific test match with only 2 cars on the racetrack tonight. They've tried very, very hard to make it a contest. So the Australians still with their honour laps. Please be careful of that front fence, boys, and be careful of that front fence, because we don't want you getting electrocuted with our lights on there at the moment. Here's the American team, ladies and gentlemen. Give them a wave and give them a cheer, because they, under very difficult circumstances tonight, have gone down by 2 points, 37 points to 35, and they've only had 2 cars on the racetrack. But John saw his car just not firing at all, and I guess the American pride's been a little bit dented tonight, but they'll be back for the 3rd test match. And what about Australia trying to do it again next Wednesday night for the solo test? We'll be here to cheer on the Aussies once again when they take on the Poms this time. The English riders will be here to see if they can defeat Australia, but I don't know that they can. Stephen Davies from Newcastle will be in our Australian team, so we're going to be here and give him plenty of support on the night.
Just to interrupt you there, Ross, we've had a request from Don Mckeown, since he's been driving so well tonight, to have a crack at the 1-lap record, but it's on approval of the crowd. So what do you reckon, everyone? A crack at the 1 lap for Don? Okay, there it is, I think. I think that's a unanimous yes. So we'll get Don to see if he can have a crack at that 1-lap record and see if he can knock it over. At the moment, it stands at 15.481 to Grenville Anderson.
Well, you've won your point, Joel, and so too have the fans. Don is getting into the car, and he's going to have a go at the 1-lap record here at the Newcastle Motordrome. I'll just stay down here trackside, Joel, while he has a crack at that. We've talked him into doing it. We'll probably have to give him 1 lap to just warm up the tyres a little, and then he will have a go at the 1-lap record.
Here goes Donnie Mckeown. He'll have 1 lap first. Oh, he's really hooked up tonight, Don. This is the best we've seen him drive for a long time here at the Motordrome. And he'll come around now, and he'll set himself for this 1 lap. 15.481. There he goes. Round the first turn pretty smoothly. He's got the power down too as he goes down the back straight. Under the timer in just under 7 seconds, so he's right on target at the moment. Down to the last turn, looking for the lap record. He's done it. He's done it. Don Mckeown, a new 1-lap record. What a great effort. Oh, that's incredible. Yeehaw! And a donut. Good stuff, Don Mckeown. Let's hear it. Great effort. Rub salt into the wounds. Not only do we beat the Yanks, but he takes out the 1-lap record. And I think we'll try and get Ross to have a quick word with him. He's
Hello, Hunter, coal miner, let me thank you for your time. You work hard all week for a living. How do you feel around that time? This is for the one who swings the hammer, driving home the nail, for the one who fights the fire, for the one who brings the mail, for everyone who works behind the scenes. Hello, Australia, how do you feel? I feel like a 2E's or 2.
Well, do you feel like a 2E's or 2?
Yeah, later on, yeah.
Okay. Joel, I didn't quite hear with everybody absolutely cheering there. Is that a record or is that not?
Yeah, it certainly is, Ross.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. We've not seen anything faster than that on the track. And I might point out he did it in a Ford.
Yeah, Ford with a Chevy in it.
Don, congratulations. You've had a super night tonight. Great victories in your test matches, a new one-lap record. What did you do, go and sit down and have a rest?
Yeah, go and have a rest and thank Steve Smith because he builds unbelievable horsepower motors, and you can't do those things without a good engine. So thanks very much, Steve Smith.
On behalf of us all tonight, Don, fantastic.
Thanks very much, Rob.
Okay, that's Don Mckeown, ladies and gentlemen. The fastest super sedan you've seen on the Motordrome. We got more racing action coming up, including a $3,000 demolition derby.
Okie dokes, out on the track. Street Stocks, Apollo Batteries Event 9 on your program. It's their handicap feature for the night. Big field out there. You might have seen them showing the caution flag. That's a caution to the whole field. So they want to be very careful. And there's the green flag. A little bit slippery and skatey the first couple of laps, and bang, there's Perkins going into the front end of Weaver and taking him out of the action. But around they go, and the flag comes out, the red flag. Weaver was a bit hard done by there. Perkins got a bit tangled up in these slippery conditions, got sideways and then started heading down towards the infield, and he took out the 60 car of Weaver. And the chief steward has deemed that the cause of the stoppage, and it looks like the 96 will go to the rear of the field, and that's the 96 of Perkins, John Perkins. I don't know if he's any relation to Larry Perkins, but he's in a Holden. So it's Jared Green and Ken Brooks on the front line. Bennett in the 42 on the second row of the grid, along with Phil Moore. There's Weaver trying to get his position back up near the front of the pack. Quite a big field of cars here for the feature. 10 laps. Jared Green might be a hard man to catch if he can make a break on the field. Phil Moore in car number 4 also there. One of the drivers to watch. But in they come, the green flag drops again, and it's Jared Green on the outside that makes the best of the start. They all charge into that turn 1-2 at the moment. Doesn't look like any hassles. They've got through that safe and sound. Down the back straight they go, and it's Jared Green in car number 5 that leads the way. Ken Brooks in second place in the 79. Then Darren Scott's come out of the pack very quickly to move into third place. Just in front of Phil Moore in car number 4, and also Cotton in the 87, followed by Weaver, then Jared Cerrone, Bennett, and Chris Everly. But out of turn 1-2 they go for the second time, and Jared Green starting to open up a gap of 50 metres now over the second place of Ken Brooks in the 79. Cotton on the outside looking to make the move and go into that second spot, but Brooks drifts as he comes out of turn 3-4 and tends to cart the cars high on the track, so they'll have to try and go underneath him. But as he's doing this, he's letting Jared Green in car number 5 get further and further ahead. Second place Brooks now. Here comes Cotton out into the clear. He's gone up high and around the outside of Brooks, and now he'll set sail after Jared Green, the black flag coming out to a driver. Brooks in third place, then Phil Moore. And it could be Hopwood, might be the man that was shown the black flag there. We'll check on the next lap around, but there's only 6.5 to run, and here comes Cotton out of the pack. He's starting to catch up to Jared Green. Green slowing dramatically at the moment. There might be something wrong. There's a bit of bodywork hanging off the front right hand of the car, but I don't think that's affecting it at all. Now Cotton's getting closer and closer by the minute. Now he tries to move up. He'll go for the outside pass down the straight. Green drifts a bit high though. Good tactics there to shut off that outside passing move, and they'll come down with only 5 to run with Jared Green, the race leader.
Jared Green under plenty of pressure for Brett Cotton. Phil Moore running third, then Brooks is in fourth place, but all interest on the front. Jared Green up on the inside, Cotton on the outside. Jared Green trying to keep about a 2/3 track. Brett Cotton trying to come around the outside of him. Jared Green still the leader. Brett Cotton now losing a little bit of ground, about 10 metres off the leader, Jared Green. We've got Phil Moore holding down third place, followed by Brooks, who's really not in the race at the moment. Darren Scott behind him, and then John Weaver. Here's Brett Cotton coming back at Jared Green again as they come down main straight away. 3 more laps left to go. Jared Green and Brett Cotton. Cotton just seems to lose a little bit here in main straight away. Then he picks it up again going down back straight away. Jared Green, followed by Brett Cotton. Then comes the 4 car of Phil Moore, followed by Brooks, and then Scott. But down main straight away, here's Brett Cotton. He tended to lose some ground on him here, but he's starting to make up some ground again. Jared Green, followed by Brett Cotton. Then comes Phil Moore. Then Brooks. So down main straight away. Only one more lap left to go. And it's Jared Green under heaps of pressure from Brett Cotton. Cotton has tried everything so far. I think he's running out of ideas. Jared Green's keeping about a 2/3 track. Brett Cotton's got only half a lap left to try and get him. Coming into turn 3, 4. Brett Cotton making the move. He's keeping the foot down. He's trying to get to Jared Green, but Jared Green will hang on. Jared Green wins from Brett Cotton, followed by Phil Moore. Then came Brooks in the 79 car, followed by the 31 of Gerard Cerrone. The 97 car is not in calculations. It's going to be disqualified. 26 of Gary Morris. 3 minutes, 23.809 the time. And a win to Jared Green, who comes around with the checkered flag. He deserves a round of applause because he's taken out the final race for the Street Stockers tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, your race winner, Jared Green. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our last Litre race on the card tonight, and have a look at that field. Big field of Litre cars to get in and do the racing. Like the old-fashioned, what we used to call in motorsport many years ago, a butcher's picnic. In the butcher's picnic, you used to throw everybody who was left in. And that's, I guess, what we've done here. Everybody's in. Well, stand by. This could be another exciting race. Anything could happen. Don't be surprised if we see a rollover here. Although my predictions haven't been terribly brilliant tonight. There's the start of the mayhem as they go charging into turn 1, 2 for the first time. Have a look at them. Some of them elect to go up very high. Some choose to stay right down low on the inside line. There's the number 2 car of Butch Haynes. He's made a good move up into about centre field. Also making a move is number 10 of Ray Wright, but it's the one that's making the real move at the moment, the number 2 car of Butch Haynes. Look at him, he's up into about 6th or 7th place. That blue car's really wound up. Here's another car making a move around the outside. Number 64 of Kellogg. Oh, look at Haynes. Up on the inside. He's grabbed the lead. There's trouble. Trouble in turn 1. A car going backwards. Have they all missed him? Yep, they've missed him all right. Car 21 of Jason Elborn has gone backwards into that corner. Looking okay. And away they go. And it was Butch Haynes who raced straight for the lead. Well, that's just about it. Put the glasses down. Once he's got to the front, the interest will be in the minor placings now. Look at him go. He really is hooting. Lifted a little bit of a wheel stand there coming out of turn 4. He didn't pop a mono, he popped a duo. Now let's have a look back in the field. Number 2 car of Butch Haynes way out in front, so back in the field. We've got an interesting battle here between the 6 of Barry Ashton. The 96 car trying to move up on the inside. That's Sam Sykes in the red and yellow car behind Ashton. And Butch Haynes running in under 15 seconds for 1000cc engines. There's trouble in back straight away. That's an incredible time that's being clocked in by Butch Haynes. We just saw Don Mckeown come out in the big powerful Chevy Ford and set a 1 lap time of 15.4. and Butch Haynes is lapping in 14.7. Admittedly, it's a very big difference power to weight ratio, but it does give you an indication as to how quickly these cars are going. They're going fast. Ready for the restart. Away they go. Moving down main straight away. The rest of the pack trying to chase out after this man that's just absolutely flying. Red Haynes. I've never seen a Litre car go this quickly. Now Ray Wright has moved through into second place. Jason Bell is running third. But this Litre car's absolutely flying. 15.2 is our lap record. He's doing 14.7 without any trouble at all. Reg Haynes, better known as Butch Haynes, coming down the main straightaway. Sorry, Reg it is. Brett was better known as Butch. Number 10 car of Ray Wright running second. Oh, here's trouble. Reg Haynes is in trouble. The number 17 car of Paul Rinkin, trying to get off the track, has wiped out the leader. Bit like Don Mckeown's donut after he set the time. Yeah, I think he probably does deserve a round of applause too. I'll agree with that because he was driving so well. There's the restart. Ray Wright probably's had this race presented to him on a flat. There's more trouble. The 96 car straightening up the number 6 car, however. Barry Ashton got straightened up by Sam Sykes. So the race continues. Ray Wright the leader. Here's the danger. Jason Begg. He's moved out into second place in the burgundy-coloured car, and he's starting to get closer to Ray Wright too, and there's still 4 laps of the race remaining. Coming down main straight away, Jason Begg has closed right in on Ray Wright. Ray Wright's got the lead, but Jason Begg is really starting to threaten danger. Down back straight away, past the NBN television tower. Jason Begg is high up on the track. Ray Wright is down low. Now Jason Begg still persists with the outside pass. He realises he's getting closer to Ray Wright by keeping the power on. Ray Wright managing to stay just in front at the moment with 2 more laps left to go. Here's Jason Begg making a throw at him on the outside. Ray Wright still the leader. Jason Begg giving chase. There's trouble just ahead of them. Up on the outside of the car they go. So now Jason Begg will get the chance to have a shot at the leader, Ray Wright. There's the green this time. Colin Bell came up on the outside. He wants to try and work this race away from Ray Wright. Jason Begg going up on the inside with sparks spewing out of the back of the car. Now Colin Bell moves up on the outside of Ray Wright. Ray Wright on the inside. Colin Bell coming at him on the outside. Bell moves up on the outside of Wright. There's 1 more lap left to go. Ray Wright in the white car. Oh, Colin Bell got untidy. That'll give Ray Wright the room to move. And coming into turn 3-4, Ray Wright coming to the checkered flag. Jason Begg making a dive at him, but it's Ray Wright first. Jason Begg second. Colin Bell third. Jason Bell fourth. Jim Pine fifth. And Butch Haynes, Brett Haynes in 5th place. 6th place, sorry. So the leader cars wrap it up for the night, and the main race of the night has gone to Ray Wright in the car number 10. So coming into the start zone. And away they go. Darrell Prime going down the outside. Paddy Ward looking for a prominent position early. Lynn Ward and Paddy Ward side by side. Paddy Ward gets the better. He goes up into 2nd place. Lynn Ward is running 3rd. Then comes Myers, followed by Ken Baker. Next is Darren Fitzpatrick, followed by Robert Carey. Then comes Robert Burke, Peter Garrett and Craig Davis at the tail of the field. Down back straight away, and Darrell Kime has got Paddy Ward champing away. Oh, Darrell Kime sold out. Right in front of everybody. Everybody's had a sideways swing. Darrell Kime slamming his hands on the steering wheel saying, God damn it. Spun out. And he has, I don't know that he's caused too much damage because the other three cars did a Torval and Dean and all skated sideways. The green light sends them away with 9 laps down to the final. Paddy Ward leads from Myers, followed by Ken Baker. Then comes the 4 car of Darren Fitzpatrick, 16 Robert Carrick running 5th, and then Robert Burke in 6th place. Still Paddy Ward the leader now. He's good form tonight. Had a couple of wins so far. Oh, there's Ken Baker having a spin. Oh! And Peter Garrett had been sitting there for about 30 seconds, and Craig Davis, I think, will have to have a visit to OPSM first thing tomorrow morning.
There they go in the restart. Paddy Ward still in front, leads away. Myers in second place in the car 27 now. Fitzpatrick's made the move up through the field. He's moved into third place now, and he could be a threat to the leaders if he can just get out around Myers, but it's all Paddy Ward at the moment. He's out in front of Myers. The battle's for third place at the moment between the 4 of Fitzpatrick. Robert Carrick in the 16 now coming up on the inside and trying to look for the move. Robert Burke just behind them as well. He's waiting for the mistake so he can pounce and move into that third spot. Out in front, Ward from Myers, and the battle for third place. Fitzpatrick in third, holding on at the moment. Oh, there's Myers drifting very high indeed. Lost a lot of ground, and that allowed Fitzpatrick to catch right up to him, and he's in trouble, Myers. He's got a bit of problem, and Paddy Ward leads with 5 to go.
Yeah, gee, he's probably had a little bit of luck, as you pointed out, during the running of the race. We had that stoppage involving Garrett, Craig Davis, and Paddy Ward had a bit of a spin out after that, but now he's back into the action. And he finds himself, a good 60 or 70 metres out in front of Darren Fitzpatrick, then Robert Carey, then comes Robert Burke, followed by Peter Garrett. Garrett having trouble handling the hard track at the moment. But only 2 more laps to go. Darren Fitzpatrick coming second. Robert Carrick is third. But the last lap is coming up. And Paddy Ward looks like hanging on to take out the Super Sedan race. Sparks coming out from under the car. Seen a few of those in that situation tonight. Robert Carrick putting some pressure on Darren Fitzpatrick for the minor placing, but it's Paddy Ward the winner. Darren Fitzpatrick is going to hang on to second place. Robert Carrick will be third. Fourth place going to Robert Burke. Fifth is Peter Garrett, the only other car to finish the Super Sedan race. So Paddy Ward, the Dubbo driver, comes home in first place and does his lap of honour. Okay, now we'll just get these last couple of cars lined up, and then you're ready, boys and girls. We'll give them the count. 1 more car to line up. Righto, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, racing in the $3,000 Demolition Derby. There's a nice hit by the number 9 car, was it, or the 3? By the 3, and there's another nice hit by the 9 car. Number 11 car putting a nice hit on as well. Number 8's already out of the action. He's broken the flag. So that was a quick demolition derby for him. Oh, there. Bouncy, bouncy. Look at number 4. He's putting in the hot laps.
He just broke the one-lap record, I think.
It's after the lap record, the number 4. Whoa, he sideswiped one over there. Here he goes. No, he missed that one. He's going right. Whoa, he ran into the back end of that one. A nice little hit by the 11. Another nice little hit by the 6. Number 9 car of Davis has been doing a fair bit of crunching. There, 35, he's put in a couple of good ones. And the boys are starting to get a bit restless. Well, they've still got plenty running at the moment. Those 6 and 14 have been black flag. Nice hit up here. Who was that? The 20. Revving and roaring going on, but no cars going anywhere. Can't get them into gear, can't get them going. Number 9 car of Davis is still going pretty strongly, and he has been involved in a couple of good hits too. The only thing that's missing there is the dog in the back of the ute. So they're starting to thin out now. We're down to 4 cars, I think. That was what the number 2 car wanted. He was stuck onto the back of that, stuck onto the side of the number 11 car. And he wanted to push away, and that's exactly what the 35 did for him. Now the chase is on. Uh-oh, here's trouble, because he can't get reverse, I don't think. I think that's what his problem is. That's what he wants. He wants the straighten ups. Now he's back to where he was. Give me another hit, he said. Give me another hit. Here, he said. Hit the side, hit the side. Can't get reverse. That's his trouble in the number 2 car. He's waving everybody on to come and hit him. Four cars running and all the action's happening right in front of us. So it looks like 35 might have had it. Trying to keep it going. The 4 car wants a hit. He wants a couple of hits because he wants to get straightened up. Now the 20 car is stuck. So here's a chance for them to be wiped out if they're quick enough. They can wipe both of them out. The number 9 car is starting to wipe them out now. He said, here you go, I'll get the lot of yous. Davis is going to line them up and put them away.
Go the Holden.
Keep pushing me, he says. I can only go forward. But Davis has got to realise he's got to try and put them out of action. He's got to come at the yellow car from the other side. If he comes at the yellow car from not that way, that'll help him out, I think. Comes at him from the other way, he'll make sure he's finished off. But he's not quite cluey enough. He's trying to put him out of action. But I wonder who's going to get the second last. There's the white flag down. So we've got 2 left. The yellow car and the blue car. But he can't get reverse. He can only go forward, the yellow car. He can't go backwards. Now he's got a chance. Now it won't start. That's got to be it, I think. Yep, there it is. The blue car is the winner. Now the number 2 car is officially the second last car running, and the best demolisher award has gone to the number 20. So 9, the winner of the demolition derby, 2, the runner-up, and 20 is the best demolisher. Ladies and gentlemen, that finishes up a fantastic night at Speedway. thanks very much for bearing with us. We apologise for the lateness of the evening. We hope you've had a wonderful time. We look forward to seeing you on Saturday night for the running of the sprint cars, when Leland McSpadden from the United States will be here to take on Australia's best. And then next Wednesday night, another test match. Australia taking on England in the solos, the solo speedway test match. On behalf of Chetron Engineering, the Winfield Newcastle Motordrome, Ross Allen and Joel Allen wishing you all a very good new year, and have a safe drive home.